Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the live stream, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news, talk about the markets a little bit, and I'm going to move crypto around for you guys so you can see it happening in real time. And like I said, I'll take questions and do my best to troubleshoot your issues and see if we can work out a solution together live. So without too much further ado, let's jump into this thing. All right, welcome once again. I'm here with the rig and I got the setup. Let's see, is the mic working? Let's double check everything here. Okay, looks like the mic's working. Those cameras are working. I mean, I was getting everything set up and like 2 minutes before the live stream, the damn computer flaked out on me. I had to reboot. I usually like to launch this thing right at 6, but I was like a minute late, looks like. So I apologize for that. Okay, let's go over to this screen here. I'm going to pop out chat real quick and move it over to the other side so you guys don't see me looking at your chat window and see your chat window on the side. It's kind of weird. Okay. Yeah, there was an early spammer in here. Let's go over here. Like I said, I had to reboot everything, so it's like everything's at a blank here. But that's okay, we'll survive. Let's just pull up this first news story here while I greet everyone. Like I said, there was an early spammer here, and I mean, it's like, yeah, it's easy to say, oh yeah, let's do something about that spammer. Not as easily done as said. So for example, this guy pinned, like spammed with like 8 comments of the exact same thing. And the first thing I did was report him as a spammer, but that only deleted one of his posts, the post that I reported. Ugh, and now the camera's flashing weird. I don't know what the heck's going on with that. Oh, Lord God in heaven. Okay. Let's pray. Okay, let's get through this. Anyway, then I had to hide user from channel to delete all of his posts. They all went away after that. But that doesn't seem to do what you'd think it does. You would think that deleting someone, hide user from channel, would also delete every post they've ever done. But it doesn't work like that when I'm going through my standalone uploaded videos. I can say hide user from channel, and I still have to go through and do it to every single post one by one. It's a never-ending job, and I know. I wish that there were no such thing as spammers, but there they are. You got the spammer! Yay! Happy Father's Day! Thank you, mobile Android. Are there any fees for me to send my BTC from Cash App to Coinbase Pro? I don't believe Cash App charges you withdrawal fees, but they will get you. I had used them for a while because it's pretty cheap to buy Bitcoin on Cash App. Their merchant fees are lower than Coinbase's merchant fees, and like I said, I don't believe they charge you to withdraw. But they do charge you to sell. And then they charge you a lot to withdraw. So it's kind of crazy. Like I needed some fast cash and I had some Bitcoin and like $1,000 in cash I needed to pay a fine or something. Taxes. I had tax. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, well, I'll just move this Bitcoin into Cash App. I'll sell the Bitcoin, and then I'll withdraw it to my bank account. And that whole process cost me a huge chunk of what I started with. So, yeah, I mean, if you just want to buy Bitcoin on Cash App, good. Why don't I show you what the hell I'm talking about? Let's see if we can get this thing to work. All right, let's get that. And let's see if I can get this phone thing to work. It probably won't. Doesn't look like it's going to work. Darn. Oh, Lord in heaven. Okay, so that's what happens when your computer flakes out on you 2 minutes before the live stream. You don't have a chance to properly prepare, and this thing is not responding. So I guess we're not going to be able to share my phone with you tonight, which also sucks. Let's see if I can. Let me try rebooting this thing and see if I can get it to. Xmirage is a great piece of software, by the way, but it can be a tad finicky. Oh, there it goes. Still not working. Okay. I get it. You're just not going to cooperate with me tonight. Anyway, forget it. Let's move on. All right. So, the first news story tonight. Market wrap Bitcoin drops ahead of looming death cross. Well, what the heck is a death cross anyway? A death cross is where the 50-day moving average crosses the 200-day moving average, which is possible over the weekend, so they say. Let me see if I can get a chart. This is it, I believe. This is the chart. This is the 50-day moving average, and, you know, since we had this, I don't know, is this year? Okay, yeah, this is April. So we had this peak in April of the price of Bitcoin. And since then, it has dropped precipitously, mostly around here. But this blue line is the 50-day moving average, and you see that the 50-day moving average is going lower and lower, and it's about to cross this rising line here, which is the 200-day moving average, which is still in a relative uptrend, right? So, but we don't want this thing to happen, but it might, right? And it's a bearish signal, technically, right? But that doesn't mean, let's move. I'm going to switch cameras here. It's really bugging me, this flashing. That's actually my old Brio, which had been doing pretty well. I might have to replace it with the Razor. But anyway, that's just me and my tech stuff. All right, so we really don't want this to happen, but even if it does, it doesn't mean that Bitcoin is actually going to be bearish. It doesn't mean that Bitcoin is going to drop down to 30. It's all possible. But these technical analysis were designed really for stock markets, but, you know, they hold for markets in general. We all like to think in the Bitcoin market and the cryptocurrency market is unique, and it may be in many ways, right? But it does it can be analyzed with traditional analysis, you know, market analysis techniques. And so, you know, a lot of people put a lot of stock, and the market does too, right? So, like when things like this happen, technically, you know, people make trades based on these predictions, and they sort of they become self-fulfilling prophecies, right? But this news story breaks down a lot of what's going on in the market. So it's a pretty good article talking about the regulatory crackdown. There really hasn't been any crackdown yet. There's just talk. So it's scaring people. Like, the market moves before stuff happens. The market moves on rumors, right? So Congress is not a fast-moving body, right? And we talked last week about how that the majority of the members of Congress, and I may just speaking in generalities, don't really know that much about Bitcoin because they're from the older generation. I hate to say it. You know, they probably know a lot about being politicians and that kind of stuff, but knowing about Bitcoin and knowing how to regulate it is, you know, they have experts that do this kind of stuff for them, right? So anyway, passing regulatory laws is not going to happen anytime soon, right? Most likely. But yeah, so the market's basically moving on talk of regulation, right? And then there's this growing institutional demand, which is bullish somewhat, right? And then this crypto correlations is a correlation of the top 10 cryptocurrencies. We've seen a lot. Always used to see a lot of correlation in the market. Bitcoin, most of the altcoins follow Bitcoin up and down, but we've seen some divergence over the last year or so. Good divergence, right? Ethereum diverged for a while there, while Bitcoin sort of stayed in a pattern, in a range, so to speak. And then over the summer, Last year there was the DeFi blow up while Bitcoin was sort of on the rise in general. The DeFi space sort of exploded. So, but now, and those were divergences from Bitcoin in general. But now we're looking at all the top 10 coins, including Bitcoin, that are correlated, right? And the correlation doesn't say the price is going up or down. It just means that they're moving in tandem with each other. And in this case, they are all being sold off, really. As a whole, right? The whole sector is selling off, which really, if you know anything about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, doesn't really make any sense, right? Because there are a lot of cryptos out there that do other things than what Bitcoin does, right? They're very different from Bitcoin. But as an investment class, they tend to get lumped together by people. But just remember that they're, I mean, like Cardano isn't like Bitcoin. It's a cryptocurrency, but it is a lot of ways different than Bitcoin, just as Ethereum is different from Bitcoin, and Polkadot is different from Ethereum, right? So, but now most of the top 10 are all being sold off. So that's market sentiment, right? And then there's an update on this whole narrative about Bitcoin being bad for the environment, ecology, social, and something, whatever it's called. Oh, environmental, social, and governance issues, right? But there's good news on that front, right? A lot of these, Crypto.com has made an announcement that in the next 18 months they're becoming carbon negative. Crypto.com, one of my partners. River Digital, Bitcoin exchange traded fund that would be carbon neutral. So there's a lot of good news coming out on those fronts. And then, they're talking about regulating DeFi. They're probably mad that so many people are, making money in DeFi when banks are charging negative interest rates. Banks are like, hey, wait a minute. I thought we controlled the money. But anyway, all right. And then I would like to point out to you guys that if you check down in the description below, there are a lot of links for affiliates that I'm associated with, like BlockFi. You can deposit some Bitcoin in there and earn interest and bonuses if you're a first-time user, up to 250 sign-up bonus. You might want to check that out. Like I mentioned before, Crypto.com. You can sign up for Crypto.com, and then if you can get referrals from your friends and family. You'll get $25, and they'll get $25 in CRO. It's pretty good. I like it. Ledger Nano X. I dropped a Ledger Nano X video earlier this week. Another setup video for setting up the Ledger Nano X with just your phone and the Bluetooth. I'm gonna drop another setup video for Ledger Nano X desktop experience for 2021. The last one I did was 2020, and it's been pretty popular on YouTube, but things are always changing. And then there are some new things with Ledger Live that we'll play around with tonight. I'll bumble my way through them, see what happens, right? And then check out the Ledger Starter Pack, CoinTracker, NordVPN for your VPN use, Coinbase, Kraken, BINANCE US, Brave Browser, and then my email here down below if you want to shoot me an email. And then Market Wrap, the news stories that I'm covering tonight. All right, so let's go back over here. I've got a, let me see if I can get this off real quick. I've got the plaque up on the wall. You can see it. There it is. The YouTube Silver Award is up on my wall now. I'm still happy about that. I did like a surprise live stream in the middle of the week because I forgot, I forgot to do it last week on the live stream, Saturday live. So I did a small live stream earlier in the week. Let's see if we can find it here. Yeah, I did it on June 14th. Like, I don't know, was it Tuesday or Wednesday or something, where I unboxed the thing. It was pretty cool. And I did some Q&A stuff, right? All right, so let's see. What's going on here tonight? Who's here? Okay. All right, let's go over here. I'm gonna try this other camera. It's still flashing, bothering me. Yeah, it's still doing that. Did you get my email? Okay, I get a lot of emails, JDO. I'm really sorry. I'm gonna try to get to look at. Yes, I got it. Some weeks. In fact, this morning, I was thinking of like going through all the emails I got over the week and trying to get back with everyone. But I'm giving it the best I can, doing the best I can to keep up. It's hard enough. You know what? That ledger, I always make this joke with my wife, is that the videos that are the most difficult for me to record and the hardest and the most time consuming are the ones that get the least amount of views. And then the ones that I just like sit down in one shot and record like on a whim get lots of views, you know. But actually the ledger setup video was rather time consuming and technically challenging. It took me a while, and then there was a lot of editing that I had to do and everything. But I'm pretty proud of it. It's a decent video if you want to learn how to, let me see if I can get over here. Set up the Ledger Nano X, you know. It's out of the box setup video for the Ledger Nano X. Yeah, so this is it. I invite you guys to go check it out, and the time codes too, right? And this was a 30-minute video, so it's a little longer than usual. So I always put the time code table of contents so people can skip to right where they want to get. All right, so I'm going to attempt this if I can. Oh, I think I did it. No, I want to do this, right? I'm going to put this over here and just open up my email and just, let's see here. Yeah. All right. Let's see if I can find him here. Okay, here he is. Okay. Okay, so yeah, JDO had asked me about security. And security, yeah, I don't do coin reviews, so, you know, don't keep blasting out, please tell me about Safe Moon or something like that. I will basically ignore you for evaluating coins. It's not my gig, right? I'm not the crypto guru that's gonna tell you what the next hot coin is. There are plenty of people out there doing that stuff. Okay, so JDO asked me some questions about security with your phone. As you know, I'm a big advocate of two-factor authentication. I personally use Google Authenticator. Authy is also a good two-factor authenticator app for your phone. And the idea with two-factor authentication is that in order to, when you enable it on an account, and you are unable to log into the account unless you provide the code provided on your phone. Now that's all well and good, and it adds to the security. It makes it impossible for someone remotely to log into your, say, your Coinbase account, because they don't have the code that they need to get into the account, even if they somehow hack your username and password, right? They need your phone in order to get that code. The only problem with that is that a lot of people don't realize the importance of the phone. Don't lose your phone. Don't let it get, you know, don't drop it, don't smash it, don't drop it in the water, drop it off the side of the Grand Canyon. I mean, you have to, if you're gonna enable two-factor authentication, then you need to keep your phone. You need to keep, you know where your phone is, that kind of thing. But I guess JDO's question was more about, security and passwords and face recognition. And, there's a fine line between security and convenience, right? It's pretty inconvenient to use two-factor authentication for most boomers, right? Most boomers, can barely remember their passwords. And so they just save them in the browser, and then when they go to log in, it's asking for a code. That they get confused. I mean, I don't know. The people that are into crypto might be a little more savvy with that kind of stuff, but account security is complicated and not very convenient, right? So yeah, I have face recognition on my phone. So conceivably, you know, someone could tie me into a chair and hold the phone up to my face, right? I do have a pretty long and difficult passcode on my phone. So like when my phone reboots, it's like really difficult to enter the passcode because it's like numbers and characters. But, you know, it all boils down to, you know, physical security in many respects, right? So if you're going to carry your phone around with you and, you know, you've got wallets on there that have crypto in them, it's pretty unlikely that someone is going to like try to steal your phone because they want your crypto. Most people are going to steal your phone because they want your phone, and they'll probably, you know, trade it to the drug dealer down the street or whatever. So your crypto is probably pretty safe because most likely they'll just wipe the phone. And if you're a savvy crypto user, you would simply go home and restore those wallets to a different device and move the crypto, right? So, but I mean, don't go down dark alleys when you've got your phone with you. You know, maybe carry a weapon with you. You know, it all boils down to physical security when you're in self-custody. Okay, so let me go up. There were some other people here asking some questions. I have some questions regarding that. Actually, I just sent an email to Ledger Support after watching your video. I don't like talking taxes, so is staking a taxable event or only when you cash out? You know what? I'm not so sure. I heard that when you earn rewards in staking, it is a taxable event. I don't know how they figure that because you're just getting basically rewarded. But it's like someone's paying you, I guess. I don't know. In a way, it's income, and, you know, the IRS taxes income, right? Even though, you know, and capital gains are considered sort of income in a way. Anyway, I'm getting behind here. Let me get... Since LPAL wallet doesn't give you 24-word seed phrase, do you think that create a wallet with a ledger with 24 words and then import that to LPAL is a good idea? Sorry, off topic. I believe LPAL does give you a recovery phrase. I'm not sure if it's 12 or 24, but it does. Now it might... now there are some wallets, which I'm not too crazy about, and I don't know if LPAL falls in this category, that will allow you to simply create the wallet without actually backing it up. A good cryptocurrency wallet should force you to write down the recovery phrase. But I remember blockchain, the blockchain.com wallet that you could create online allowed you to simply create the wallet. And then it just sort of advised you to back it up. It didn't force you. But I've done LPAL before, and I'm pretty sure they give you a recovery phrase. Let's go here. No, let's not do that. I'm trying to get this to where it doesn't. All right, let's do that. Let's try that. Okay. Seriously? Is it 2 L's? Okay, there it is. What's this? Oh, that's different. That's their mnemonic thing. Okay, so this is the Titan, right? And I'm pretty sure I did this.
It's hard to believe that Mint Mobile can be good at just $15 a month. So, as Mint's new owner, I brought in one.
Hey guys, CryptoDad here again, and today I'm gonna... Alright, so let's go ahead. LPAL. And the password, I'm gonna just write
into
there.
their
Yeah.
correct
They
slot.
have you write down a passphrase when you create it. And it looks like it was 12 word. Yeah, looks like it was 12 word. Okay, so what was the question? Since it doesn't give you 24 words, do you think you should create a wallet with Ledger with 24 and then import that into Ellipal? Good idea? I don't know. They both have their own private keys. And you can, but I don't believe you can import a 24 word into Ellipal. You might be able to. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where we're going with this. These backup phrases are industry standards, so it is possible to import them into other wallets if you want to. I guess what you're thinking is that you're not getting one with Ellipal, and so you think that if you create it on Ledger and you get that 24-word recovery phrase, you can import it to Ellipal so you'll have the backup phrase. But I think the question is moot because you do get a backup phrase with Ellipal, which you can write down and store in a safe place. But I have some questions regarding that, blah, 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 blah. Since Ellipal wallet doesn't... Okay, that you just asked it again. Okay. All right. Oh, someone's spamming. Yay. Hide user from channel. All right. Is there a spammer in the house? Okay, let's get this going here. All right. I'm just getting confused. Okay. All right. Only 12 words for Ellipal to create the 24. You need to make it, but don't want to do that and use the internet. I don't understand why you don't want a 12-word recovery phrase. They're fairly common. And I don't, if the Ellipal only takes 12 words, then what would a 24-word get you? And if it can import 12 words, then why wouldn't you just use the Ellipal? Make it a 24-word. I don't know. I think you're overthinking it, Deep Ground. I think you're overthinking all of this. If someone can just pick up your phone and make a call, it is not secure. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, you're still worried about the phone. Maybe then don't use a phone if you're so worried about the phone. I mean, the phone is a part of our lives. So, if you're worried about someone using your phone, then keep it in your pocket and carry a gun, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't mean to be facetious, but this doesn't seem really relevant to cryptocurrency to me. Too many people think exiting an app on their phone is the same as logging out. Tell people, well, this is not a good practice. Like I said, I'm not that worried about someone grabbing my phone and using it. Like, if you're worried, if you're worried about exiting apps on your phone, then exit apps on your phone. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be harsh. But like I said, it doesn't really seem relevant to me. It's a non-issue. Thank you, Matthew. It is a non-issue. Juan Zaya, staking allows me not to have to go back to work. Plenty of weeds needing attention in the garden. Thank you, Scott. I like that. Barbara K, hello. It's nice to have you here again. Barbara K kind of hung out with me in Theta TV for a while, which kind of is in its infancy. Dan Wester is here. Yay, Dan. Hooray. I think we're supposed to meet next week with Randy again, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Lose your phone, you'll wish you had 12 words. Right. So for every wallet that you've got, whether it's on your phone or on your Ledger or on your desktop or whatever, you should have a backup phrase, right? And you should store those backup phrases in safe places. This is where, the real security comes in. Write it down, hide it so no one can find it. Hide it in a good place, right? A place that even someone looking for a 12-word recovery phrase wouldn't find. And have multiple copies in case your house burns down or whatever, right? Those are the most important things to keep secure. I'm not that worried about someone opening up my phone. I don't know. I mean, if someone is going to kidnap me and force me to open my phone, there's not that much phone security is going to not really help me much in that situation, because I'm going to have a gun to my head anyway, right? I'm going to have to give it up. So, I mean, if you're worried about laying your phone down in public and then somebody coming up and like stealing it and then having access to your crypto, then don't lay your phone down in public. Or I don't know, be aware of your surroundings when you're at a coffee shop. Keep your back facing the door, so someone can't sneak up behind you and snatch your phone out of your hand and see that you've got all your apps open or whatever. I'm sorry, JDO. I'm sorry. Man, it's just a cranky old man. See, that's the problem. You're dealing with a cranky old man. Okay. Phones and computers can be hacked, hence why use an offline wallet and never store your phrases except for on paper. Good, good. Another thing that I would add to that, Lawrence, is that I store my phrases on an encrypted flash drive and keep it separate from my computer. And I consider that pretty secure. Because, paper burns, paper fades, that kind of stuff. So I do, like keep a copy on a text file on an encrypted flash drive. So I consider that a secure way to store backup phrases too. Your phone was stolen at work, had a wallet on there, so had to sweat it till I could import it to another phone and empty it. Good. That's exactly what I was talking about. If, someone stole my phone, the first thing I would do would be to go home and, restore my Trust wallet and then empty it somewhere else, right? That would be my first order of duty. And that person that stole my phone probably doesn't realize what's on it. So anyway, it's good to talk about phones and security. Let's go over to my next news story. I didn't get a chance to put all the news stories out there, as many as I normally do. But I did kind of want to talk about the Bitcoin Taproot upgrade. It's a software update. You may not be able to wrap your head around it, but Bitcoin is a piece of software as well as a currency, right? So we could say Bitcoin GitHub, and Bitcoin has a GitHub code repository, right? This is the Bitcoin code. It is open source code. Anybody can look at it. But there has to be a consensus to upgrade it and add features, fix bugs, that kind of stuff, right? So they wanted to upgrade Bitcoin, and they're continuously making upgrades and improvements to the Bitcoin core code. And every software needs to be improved and upgraded, right? They're like living things, right? They're just not static. You don't just build a piece of software and then just let it sit there, right? It needs to be, it evolves over time, and they've got all these developers working on it. So the Bitcoin Taproot upgrade is the latest one, and it hasn't really taken effect, so to speak, in the code yet. Basically what's going to happen is they had like this vote, sort of. This is a kind of a chart of all the Bitcoin miners out there on the, you've already been hidden from this. Oh my God, these people. Yeah. Actually, it's weird, he's already been banned, but he's in here spamming. I can see it. I don't think you can. So anyway, but it's irritating to me too. Anyway, it's a sort of a graphic representation of all the miners on the Bitcoin network, and this is a block being created. Right, so you've got all these green nodes that have voted yes because they've implemented this little flag in their code saying that they agree with the Taproot upgrade. The red ones have not for whatever reason, and then these down here, these transparent ones were not quite done yet on this particular block. But then after the block was completed, it was the woman that was being interviewed, I think it's her, she wrote this article, said that there was like 99% consensus to go through with this upgrade. Right? The last one was in 2017, SegWit, which is a software upgrade. So now there's a new Bitcoin Core code, right, out up here on GitHub that they've updated the software, and so now that they've agreed that they're going to wait till November, Taproot will activate it. The Bitcoin improvement BIPs relevant to Taproot and contained in Bitcoin Core 0.21.1 will automatically kick in. And that's just in the Bitcoin code itself, this stuff, right? After that, it will be up to developers and people that do wallets and things like that to incorporate these new features into their wallets and their software and that kind of stuff, right? But that's kind of it's an important thing, and it's another good news for Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is evolving, and it should, right? Before we go much further, I would like to, there's this first article, they mention all this regulatory FUD that's been going on. They attack Bitcoin from many directions, right? First it's Bitcoin is only used by criminals, and that one went for a while, and Bitcoin's has no intrinsic value, it's worthless, it's just the greater idiot buys it, that kind of stuff. They've sort of left that all behind, and now they're talking about how it's bad for the environment, and now another narrative now is that people are using it to avoid taxes, but they never really address what's really unique about Bitcoin is that it is a decentralized community currency, right? It is a way for people to exchange value that is not controlled by the government or the banks. It is a decentralized currency, right? And that is really the main, that should be the end of the argument right there. Boom, boom, over, right? They're always like this whole thing about, Bitcoin has no intrinsic value, right? It's like, it's just ones and zeros, and it's like has no value. It's like, it's not based on anything. It's not backed up by anything. You could say the exact same thing about the US dollar, right? It's not backed up by anything except a bunch of politicians and bankers who keep pumping it out because they can, right? So, and that's why Bitcoin was invented, because of that very process, right? It came into existence right after the 2008 financial collapse, right? It was like, there has got to be a better way, and this is it, right? It's got a long way to go. It's been around 10 years. But when they attack Bitcoin, they're always attacking it with these ad hominem attacks, right? They're like, oh yeah, Bitcoin's bad because it uses a bunch of electricity. I'm like, yeah, well, so does the financial banking system. They use electricity. What do you think? My bank is dark when I go in there? No, they've got lights. So, I'm on a rant. Anyway. All right, so Barbara has a little thing she said here. I want to watch. Let's see what. Phones are more vulnerable if someone cracks into your email address and opens your account on your phone provider. They can copy your SIM card and get into your crypto accounts. Check email security. Yes, that is a concern, Barbara. That's called a SIM swapping attack. And a lot of people have the text-based two-factor authentication enabled. That is the norm for banks and stuff. It's like banks haven't heard of Google Authenticator yet, even though it's been around for several years. But Google Authenticator does not suffer from SIM attacks, right? The Google Authenticator is like local to your phone, right? So if someone manages to steal your phone number, they can do a lot of damage, but they won't be able to hack the Google Authenticator. That's device specific. Now, if you are worried about SIM swapping attacks, then That's just a matter of contacting your cell phone provider and putting a code on your account, and that you can enable extra security that will not allow anyone to like call and make changes to your account unless they have the code, right? And so I know these social engineer people they know every story, and the dog got loose, and my wife's hanging from a cliff and whatever, and we need to forward our phone to my grandmother because our the pig's about to die or whatever. They know all these like stories that grab the emotion of whoever's at the phone company doing tech support, and they're pretty good at like convincing them to like forward the number or whatever, steal your phone number, right? Forward it to them. But they can't. Most like if someone were to call Verizon and say, "Hey, I'm Rex," and they'd be like, "Oh, hi Rex, how you doing? What's your code?" And they'd be like, I don't know. I lost my code. And they'll be like, "Sorry, but this account is locked with a code." Right? So anyway, yeah, you want to implement as much security as you can on your. Jeez, again. All right. Woo. Okay. Too fast. Great Reset is about world communism. You'll own nothing. You'll have no privacy. It will never happen. The abolition of private property is the main tenet of communism. Okay. Let's not go there. Yeah. Hey, Scott. All right. So I wanted to play around with Ledger Live tonight. Let's close this guy here. Let's go ahead and launch Ledger Live. Like I said, I just did a setup video for Ledger Live, which I put a link to earlier in the live stream. I think yeah, damn. It's not that I don't remember my passwords, it's that my finger slips off the key and hits the key next to it by accident. All right, so when we launch Ledger Live, right, the first thing we'll want to do is check if there's anything that needs to be updated. When you're in the portfolio, and the software is out of date, there will generally be a blue bar at the top saying there is a new version of Ledger Live available. Now, if you're running an ancient version of Ledger Live, you don't get that. So, but you would have to really be running a really old version of Ledger Live. It's been like over a year or two since they've had the inline update feature, right? So, and if you are worried, if you think that your version is way outdated or whatever, then just go over to Ledger and just download the latest version. This is like the guarantee that you're running the latest version. Just go over to the website and download the latest version of Ledger Live. Drop it in your downloads folder, if I can find it. Oh, all my external drives have to like wake up. Okay, there we go. Yeah, drop it in your downloads folder and just run it, right? You can run it in place. It is not going to erase your crypto or anything weird like that. I know people get kind of superstitious about all this stuff, like with viruses and that kind of thing, but it is not going to erase your crypto. Your crypto is in your phrase, right? No matter what happens, if you have your phrase, you're not going to lose any of your crypto. And then, before you even get to that point, you've got your wallet's private keys are here. So there's nothing you can do to your computer that's going to erase or make you lose your crypto, right? So run this latest version, 2.290, right? So let's double check. We can go over here to general or about 2.290. Okay, we're running the latest version. Now, notice here, there's a blue dot on manager. That means that there's something in manager that needs to be updated. So we need to connect our device to our computer, and we need to enter our PIN so we can get into Manager and figure out what that blue dot's all about, right? You need to keep this software updated. It's just common sense. All right. All right, so I've got my device is, the PIN has been entered. Let's go over to Manager. And, I didn't, all right. All right, it didn't ask me to enter Ledger Manager, but sometimes it does. But I had been using it earlier, and it had already been okay. I'm not too crazy about this. Okay, that's not bad, right? I noticed this camera. Whoops, I'm sorry. Yeah, I could. Well, no. All right, I forget it. Okay, all right. I guess it's this guy. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, this guy's better. Yes. Oh, yeah. Whoops. Oh, yeah. That looks great. That's really, you can see that. All right, so it didn't ask me to enter Ledger Manager that time. Right, so what the heck's going on with Ledger Manager? There's this blue dot over here. Let's turn this guy off for just a second. The firmware is up to date, right? I can look over here and I can see the firmware is up to date. No big, all right? Generally, if you need to update your firmware, it will say firmware needs to be updated, right? And you do it. It's not that big of a deal anymore. It used to be kind of a hassle, but not anymore, all right? So what is this? Updates available. What does that mean? Updates available. So let's just tick this down here. Okay. So the apps themselves, right? The apps that live on this device are what enable these different wallets, right? So the Tezos wallet needs to be updated, right? I don't have the latest version of the Tezos app on my device. So I can run this update. It used to be, in the old days, they didn't do this. You just, like, your apps got out of date and things went haywire, and the only way to get them up to date was to delete them and reinstall them. And so that was causing a lot of havoc in general. And so somebody at Ledger says, hey, maybe we should, like, add an update feature for the apps. Because it's not just Ledger that creates these. The companies like Tezos, their developers work on these apps and add updates when they update their blockchains and their software and their wallets and whatever. So all we just click update all and we'll update that app, right? So software needs to be up to date. The firmware needs to be up to date, and all of your apps need to be up to date, right? If you want to be a happy camper, right? And none of this stuff, don't get funky. People get all weird on me. Oh, I'm afraid I'm going to lose my crypto. I'm like, you are not going to lose your crypto by updating your app or updating your firmware or updating your software. It's like, it just won't happen. Worst case scenario, you have to restore to a different device using your 12-word recovery phrase. So your crypto is safe. You're never going to lose your crypto if you have your 24-word recovery phrase written down correctly and stored in a safe place. Period. Period, period, period. All right. All right. So that's done, right? Let me go over here. Hi, Mello. It's nice to have you. I'm glad you're new here. Okay. Show. Too many non-nerds playing with this internet monkeys. Keep up, yo. I'm trying. Has been said that there must be a villain for every hero, a demon for every angel, a monster for every god. It's the sleight of mind to pick our pockets. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. Got one. Got your password. Okay. All right, Buddy Love, not on 2.29. Okay, all right. I know his password now. It's ... Ah, that's a good one. Master Ninja, look at the features auth apps have and the other auth apps do not have. Authy is a good, I think I don't use Authy, but I would go as far as to say that it might have better features than Google Authenticator. It has a backup feature, like a cloud-based backup feature, all that good stuff. So you can, like, if you lose your device, you just get a brand new device and log into your Authy account, and then. But what if someone hacks your Authy account? I don't know. I'm not. But I'm just saying. I think it has better features. The only problem with Authy that I have discovered, I haven't looked lately, but it's not supported on all of the places where I need two-factor authentication, right? There may be more exchanges and sites that allow you to use Authy than there were. But when I started doing all this a few years back, Authy was not that prevalent, right? So if you wanted two-factor, Google was your only choice, Google Authenticator. It may be different now, but I'm used to Google Authenticator, so that's the one I use. I should probably do some Authy videos. They probably get a lot of views. All right. But Google Authenticator is kind of like Coke or Tissue or whatever. It's just supported by more platforms than Authy. I could be wrong about that now. Good Lord. Yeah, and see what's going on here is that he just changes his username. He's sitting at a desk, probably a little crappy desk, in a poorly ventilated warehouse, and dimly lit, and he's getting paid less than minimum wage to be a spammer. And he's got like 10 YouTube accounts that he just created this morning. And as soon as I ban one of them, he flips over to another one and starts spamming again. So, I pray for him. I mean, I wouldn't want to be sitting in a dimly lit warehouse next to a bunch of other sweaty spammers getting paid less than minimum wage to be a spammer. But, hey, whatever floats your boat. No one can do anything on your phone device because each time you go in the app or do any transactions, you need to use your finger to go through plus Google Authenticator. Well, with Google Authenticator, we're talking more about like websites like Coinbase and BINANCE and BINANCE US. But yeah, Crypto.com is a phone app. And in order for me to withdraw from Crypto.com, I would need to use my Google Authenticator code. But, like once somebody gets a hold on your phone and gets it open and figures out how to keep it open, like whatever, they would have access to both, right? So, I think it all boils down to physical security. Don't let your phone get stolen, and, get a bodyguard or carry a weapon or whatever so that people can't strong arm you for your phone. All right, here we go. Should I be doing this regularly? How often? Do I have a Ledger live on my computer and download updates there, but not on the Ledger Nano, which I believe you call firmware? Every time you log into Ledger Live, double check to make sure you're running all the latest stuff. Yes, every time you do it. It's a pretty good rule of thumb, right? I don't know. I log into Ledger Live pretty regularly myself. I mean, if you never look at Ledger Live, and you don't use it on a regular basis, I would suggest that you launch it like every month or so, maybe every other month, maybe 3 months at the most, I would say. Log in, make sure you're up to date software wise and up to date firmware wise, and all your apps are up to date. Right? You care about your crypto, right? Unfortunately, crypto is technology, right? So it's not like I can buy gold and stick it in a safe and I never have to touch it. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to upgrade it. But crypto's different. It is technology. So it's just like a iPhone, right? I want the latest version of the iPhone. When a new version of the iPhone comes out, I want it, right? Because it's got all the latest features. It runs all the latest apps, or whatever, right? So crypto is the same. You know, make sure your software is up to date, your wallets are up to date. You don't want to like go to like, oh, I want to sell my crypto, and it's like, oh, I can't launch Ledger Live. It's I mean, you want to keep it on good working order, like a car. Like if you're gonna like if you're worried, you know, like you're on the freeway trying to pass somebody, and it's like, you know, your wife's about to have a baby, and you punch that gas, you want it to be there, right? So get your car tuned up and have the oil change regularly, right? So that when you need it, it's there for you. Same with crypto and your Ledger Live and your Ledger Nano, right? Keep it up to date, keep it in good working order, so when you need it, it's there for you. If you're like not that heavy into crypto, like I said, at least every several, you know, like 3 or 4 months go by, log in and make sure everything is up to date and working. Double check. I've had a lot of sad stories about people who left the ledger in their drawer for 3 years, and then when they went to pull it out, it didn't work because they didn't keep it updated. So they had to buy a new one. Not a big deal if you have your recovery phrase, but yeah, you need to keep your stuff up to date. Hi from the UK. Would you consider doing any recording live YouTube sessions of the following? Earning money from crypto lending, BlockFi. Borrowing using your crypto as collateral. Well, I do have a standalone BlockFi video, which is a step-by-step on how to use BlockFi, if you're interested. And then for, like, if you guys have a question about how to do anything crypto-wise, you might want to just Google my name and whatever it is you're looking for, like CryptoDad DeFi, right? And then, you know, you're going to get a lot of results from my country. I mean, from my YouTube channel, right? Or CryptoDad Cardano. It's not, I mean, you know how to use Google, right? Just Google my name, CryptoDad, and then whatever it is you'll see all my videos. And please, 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 look at the latest video. Don't look at the 3-year-old video on how to use, don't go to the 2019 video on Cardano. Go to the one from 2021, right? Keep it up to date. So yeah, if you want to know how to do something, check it out. I should be doing this regularly. Okay, we read that, right? Oh, here we go again. Oh my God. See, this is the kind of thing. And believe me, you can report these people to YouTube all day long. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do a thing. Wow. And it's funny, they don't attack this live stream every week, right? Just occasionally. See you, Scott. Have a good night. I was wondering if there was any way to add BNB to the MetaMask without Binance. I have Ethereum stuck on PancakeSwap that I can't use. I can't transfer any of my Ethereum on PancakeSwap because when you update Ledger Live and apps on PC, does that also update the phone app as well? No, the phone app is separate. It needs to be updated separately. Crypto, I was wondering if there's any way to add BNB to MetaMask without Binance. No, not really. Binance has an Ethereum. I don't know. There is a Ethereum based BNB, but I don't even know what it does, what its function is. Doesn't appear to have any function. What is going on with this thing? Okay. All right. Yeah, so BNB is either on the Binance BNB chain, the regular Binance chain, or it's on the Binance Smart Chain, but it's not on the Ethereum block. It is, but it's not useful on that. You say you have Ethereum stuck on PancakeSwap. Okay, so let's maybe talk a little bit about that. Okay. All right, so using Buddy Love's suggestion here, Opera has a built-in VPN that I can use while I stream without my stream rate being affected. All right, so we've got BNB here, and then we should be able to connect that to PancakeSwap. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, it's, you know what, this, I'm not that crazy about, let's try that. This VPN, it does tend to lag to a certain extent. Okay, there. All right, so we got that. All right, so basically you're saying, okay, I have some Ethereum and it's stuck in PancakeSwap. So let's see, maybe what you did was, all right, let's go to Ethereum. There's some ETH. And then let's say 0.05. Not a whole lot of ETH, but some, okay? Let's go ahead and trade for it. So you did something like this at some point in the past. You bought some Ethereum on PancakeSwap. Now, it says ETH, but it is not what you and I would consider ETH. It is something different. It is Binance pegged Ethereum. So, oh, and it confirmed. Okay. All right, sorry guys. Let's get rid of that. Oh, I was going to do something else, but that's okay. What I want to do is show you, come on, Rex, you can do it. Here it is. Okay, what we're dealing with here is Binance pegged Ethereum token. This is not Ethereum. This is a different token. But it's confusing because it is called ETH, has the same three symbols, right? They have their own Bitcoin, but that has a different symbol. It's called BTCB. Is that right? Yeah, Binance pegged Bitcoin. Right? It has a different ticker symbol, so it's like you can distinguish it. It's obvious. Oh yeah, that's not real Bitcoin. That's not Bitcoin. That's Binance pegged Bitcoin. Same price as Bitcoin, right? It's pegged to the price of Bitcoin in the same way that Binance pegged Ethereum. What have I done here? Anyway, what is it here? No. Anyway, let's just do that. Let's get it back. Come on. All right. Yeah, there's this lag on this VPN that's kind of. Let's go back here. Okay, there we go. I had it in my other browser. All right. All right. So you've got this Binance pegged Ethereum, and you say that it's stuck. Thank you, whatever. It's a peggy. All right. So you're trying to get it out, right? So basically what we need to do is convert this. If you want to keep it as Ethereum, you want to convert it back to Ethereum. Now there's a cheating way to do it, which will cost you some fees. Let's say it's a lot. Let's say it's like 5 Ethereum, whatever, right? That you have on PancakeSwap. Jeez. All right. So you could simply trade your Ethereum for BNB, right? And then you could withdraw that to Binance or deposit it in your Binance trading account. Easy to do if you have Binance, if you're not in the US. That's like #1 easy peasy way, right? If you have a Binance account that's working, if you're in the UK or Asia or Europe or wherever you are, that not in the US, and you're using PancakeSwap, you can take the BNB from your Binance Smart Chain wallet and deposit it into your Binance account. When you go to deposit BNB in Binance, it's going to ask you, what kind of BNB are you depositing? And then boom, you deposit the BNB, you trade it immediately for Ethereum, and boom, you've just converted your Binance pegged Ethereum to regular Ethereum, and then withdraw it from Binance to your Ethereum wallet. I know that I make it sound easy, but that's pretty easy, right? You had some trading fees in there, maybe some taxable events or whatever. So maybe you don't want to do it that way, but when you convert it, it creates taxable events too. So it's the same, pretty much the same thing. So what I'm talking about is what we need to do is, let's see, how would we? Oh, we have to use Bridge for this one, right? So basically what we need to do is we need down here where it says convert ERC20 to BEP20 or vice versa, right? That's going to take us to this thing called Binance Bridge, right? Now, Binance Bridge will allow me to withdraw my Ethereum. Let's switch over to the Ethereum network. From, now we want to go the other way, right? We've got some Ethereum, Binance pegged Ethereum in our wallet, right? In our Binance Smart Chain wallet. Let's go ahead and connect it to our MetaMask wallet. Right? And now we can hit max and see, unfortunately, that's not enough, right? Because it was just a really small amount of Ethereum. But let's just assume you had like a, you know, should I do more? Should I do more? Should I do more? Should I do more? All right, how much do they want? They want 0.05, which is a lot. All right, let's see. Oh, I gotta turn this off. Okay. How much do they want us to use here? They want us to use, okay. So what are they telling me? They want, it has to be 0.052. 0.052. Okay, that's like $100 worth of Ethereum. Okay. I would like to like walk you through this whole thing, but I'm not sure I want to. Okay, whatever. We'll do it. All right, so let's go back over here. Let's go back this way. Let's do 0.05 again. Is that going to do it? Let's do 0.07. Maybe that'll do it. I'm not really that crazy about spending this BNB, but that's okay. We'll figure this out. All right, so now how much Ethereum am I going to have when I'm done with all of this? 0.18. Okay, is that enough? That's enough, right? 0.0. No, it's not, is it? Or is it? Doggone it, come on. Ugh, all right. I need more. 0.52. 0.18. Okay. All right, maybe we could try a different wallet. All right, let's do that. Let's see here. Let's try this other wallet over here. I think maybe I might. Nah, it's even less. Okay, there's some tether in there. Doggone it, it's not going to work. I just don't have enough in these wallets to do this outright, because I'd have to transfer some more stuff in there, and it's going to take a while to do that. But can we just like, okay. Oh, wrong wallet. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay. Whoops. All right. All right. All right. And that's still not going to be enough. No. Ugh, that's US Tether. All right. Let's do that. Nah, it's still not going to be enough. Anyway. All right, so basically what's going to happen is we're going to hit next, and then we're going to tell it where we want to send the Ethereum, right? We're going to say, oh, I want to put it in my Ledger wallet. All right, I would go to my Ledger wallet. I would hit receive, and then I would get my Ethereum address, and then I would put that here. I don't think it's not going to let me do this because I can't do this. I would put my destination for my own Ethereum wallet there, and it would do the conversion for me. It would convert the Binance pegged Ethereum into regular Ethereum, and I would send it to my wallet destination. Now there is a fee for this, right? And you are basically swapping, so you're going to get your taxable events occurring anyway, right? So my first suggestion was sell it for BNB, deposit the BNB in your account, and then trade it back to Ethereum once you do that. Right? BNB is a little bit easier because you can deposit your BNB in the Binance Chain wallet. The Binance Chain wallet, which is an extension that you can download, right? Oh, and this whole process that I'm talking about, I've done videos on. So if you go to my channel and you look under how to cash out, here, right here. How to use Binance Bridge to convert your Binance pegged assets to native chain. BTC, ETH, ADA, DOT, and BAND. I do them all in this video. So I would suggest watching that video for your step-by-step. Exactly what I was trying to explain, right? There's a whole video on that step-by-step. Very organized and edited so that it's like you can follow it very easily. I do exactly what you're asking me to do, which is you want to get that Binance pegged ETH out of your Pancake swap and put it somewhere where you can either store it in an Ethereum wallet or sell it on an exchange as Ethereum, right? Or if like you're just a trading guy, like I said, just trade the Ethereum for a stable coin or something like that, right? If you want to lock in profits or whatever. You can do a lot of your housekeeping on the Binance Smart Chain. Oh, for Pete's sake. Why do these people... I run a small business, and then, like, I guess the owners are, like, using this... I don't know what they're doing, but we're getting billed. I'm like, okay, fine, pay it. I don't care. I don't ask questions. When somebody sends me a bill, I pay it, right? The owner usually goes, pay this, please. I'm like, okay, I'll pay it. Don't know anything about the flare drop. Sorry. I have explained that over and over till I'm blue in the face. It felt sketchy to me, so I never did it. Didn't have any XRP, so wasn't interested personally. But I get a lot of people asking me about it, but it was complicated, right? It took a lot of technical expertise. I looked at a walkthrough, and it looked complicated. It looked like the kind of thing that a normal person would have trouble doing, especially somebody new to crypto. And so, I didn't think Flare was really going to be worth anything, but people keep talking about it. But anyways, I could be proved wrong, right? Maybe I'd be a millionaire by now. EP 1559, I believe that's the Ethereum upgrade. Don't know. I know that I'm pretty sure it's been approved. I don't know if it's actually been implemented. I think it's been implemented. Yeah, see this guy. I should just put him in a timeout. Like a little child. The Easy 8, thanks. I appreciate that. My ADA is locked into Binance US as of 3 days. Is it lost, gone? Did I miss a warning, or was it hacked? Depends. We had some trouble a couple weeks ago with Binance. Why is this thing keep doing that? It's really irritating. And you know what it is? I know exactly what it is. It's that darn cat. That cat keeps running around behind my computer and moving cables around. So it's like it bumps up against my webcam cables and tilts the webcam off to the side. So anyway. Okay. So Binance US. So if you have a Binance US account and you have verified your identity and have been approved and validated and whatever, it is a US company. It's very unlikely that if they've locked your crypto that it's gone forever. You will most likely get access to it at some point when it gets resolved. So I know it's frustrating when you want to get a hold of your assets right away. I mean, they are yours, so why shouldn't you? But we had an issue on the live stream a couple of weeks back, if I recall, on Binance US. We deposited some crypto in the account, and is this going to let me do this or not? Let's see. Oh, seriously. Okay. Oh, it's because I had to reboot. 2 minutes before the live stream, my computer needed to be rebooted. Okay. All right. Okay, it's open now. All right, so let's just go ahead and log into Binance US. Binance US is... Someone asked me in an email what the best crypto exchange are that they should use. And so there's a lot of pros and cons for every crypto exchange. So first of all, if you're in the US, then it might make sense for you to use a US-based cryptocurrency exchange, simply because they would be compatible with US banks and that kind of stuff. All right? Binance.com will not allow people in the US to use their exchange. So Binance US is out if you're in the US. Now, I'm sorry, Binance is out. Now, Binance US is sort of affiliated with regular Binance, but supposedly it's owned by a different US-based company. It uses kind of the same software that regular Binance uses, but it doesn't have all the coins that Binance regular has. But it does have quite a few coins. There are some coins you can get on Binance US that you can't get on Coinbase. So my first recommendation for the best exchange for a US user and a newcomer is Coinbase, right? US based, huge company, trustworthy. They support a lot of cryptos, easy to use, but it doesn't have every crypto that you might want, right? So there are times where you are going to go searching for another way to get your hands on another particular crypto. Now, like I said, Binance US is a good for US users, but it can be a little bit flaky. I think I don't know if you would even call it outsourcing, but I think their tech support are non-US people. I'm not certain about this, but it seems like it. They may have people in the US, but maybe in the beginning they were using Binance support as their support. I don't know. It just seemed that way. First of all, you're not going to get anybody on the phone, period, on any of these, right? This is not like, the restaurant down the street or the plumber or the power company or the phone company. You can't just pick up the phone and call somebody. So just banish that idea from your head. It's not going to happen. And don't get all butthurt over it either. You're just going to have, it's technology. So you're going to have to deal with them through technology. You're going to have to send them, you're going to have to fill out a support ticket if you have a problem. Binance US. Binance US support. I Googled Binance US support. It took me 2 seconds, right? Submit request. All right, now this is probably going to take me about 4 or 5 minutes, right? But so many people are like, oh, I sent them 50 emails. They're not going to respond to your emails. They do respond to these requests. So fill out the request. Yeah, it's a pain. Yeah, it's inconvenient, but that's how you have to deal with these people, right? But yeah, they kind of have a bad habit of like a couple weeks ago, it was we traded crypto, and then when we went to withdraw, it said something like, your withdrawal request has been denied because of risk management or some crazy thing, right? So I fill out a support ticket. I explained exactly what happened, and then they came back and said, well, if you open up, if you add a new debit card to your account, they put a hold on it for 10 days. I'm like, dude, that has nothing to do with the problem I was experiencing. Like, do you even like read these support? But the problem resolved itself within 48 hours. I was able to make my withdrawal. It's just the problem fixed itself, right? But if you're doing weird stuff, if you're kiting money in and out real fast, and you know, it looks suspicious, they're gonna flag you, or you keep forgetting your password, so you're always resetting it, and you're doing all kinds of weird stuff that looks like someone's trying to hack your account, then, you know, for the better part of caution, they're going to like lock the account down, right? Or if you lose your phone and you have two-factor authentication, you have to go through a whole process to get access to the account back. But that's why we have two-factor authentication, right? If when you lost your phone, if you could just call them up and say, hey, dude, I lost my phone, and they're like, okay, fine, then what good would two-factor authentication do, right? It has to be difficult to gain access to the account without the phone, right? You got to jump through hoops. You got to provide identifying information. You got to, like, you know, it's supposed to be difficult. Anyway. All right, so Binance US, okay. They use like third-party banking stuff that's kind of funky, like a third-party company when you withdraw money to your own bank. So it goes through this whole process, and there's this third party involved in it. But I can deal with that. It's okay. I've withdrawn money from it, and it works pretty well. All right. And then you've got, so it's okay. But like I said, people have issues with it. But no, they're not. They did not come into existence to steal your money. That's not good business practice. But they can be a little dense and like funky sometimes. Now, there's another. My second recommendation behind Coinbase would be Kraken. I really like Kraken. The only problem with Kraken is it's a little difficult to get money into it. I don't think I have this thing in there. Oh, I do. Okay. All right. So Kraken works really well, and then it also has a lot of coins, and it's kind of an adult interface, right? It's not as easy to use as Coinbase. I have a little trouble with it sometimes, a little bit of a learning curve, because it's designed a little differently, but it is also US based. I would say it's pretty decent. So Kraken. But like I said, you can't use like your debit card or your ACH to get money into it. You have to use wire transfers, and that's kind of a problem. Yeah, these spammers are pretty creative with the names of their accounts. It's funny that YouTube even allows these names for accounts, because they're actually using don't know what the word for it is, abusive language in the name of the account. So how they get these accounts created, I don't know. Kraken has not ACH for fiat. Right. That's what I just said, didn't I? Yeah. You have to use wire transfers to get money in. Now, you can also deposit crypto, right? So back when we could all use Binance, that was how I got money into Binance when I needed to trade in Binance, was I deposited Bitcoin in there, right? It's not rocket science, right? Just buy some Bitcoin on Coinbase and then transfer it over to Binance or Kraken so you can buy some DOT. Although now you can buy DOT on Coinbase, I believe, Coinbase Pro. But they still don't have Monero. You can buy Monero and Kava on Kraken, right? So Kraken has pretty decent interface, supports a lot of coins and all that good stuff. Please comment on Gemini. Okay, I don't use Gemini, but it is also US based. And I don't know how easy it is to get money into it, but I've worked with someone that used it before, and it seemed like pretty decent cryptocurrency exchange. From what I understand, you can use it if you're in New York, so that's a plus. Binance US you can't use in, there are certain states that still won't allow you to use Binance US. I believe Texas. Mr. David has mentioned this a few times. I don't know, Hawaii probably. Damn. Hawaii, I don't know what it is with Hawaii, but they're sticklers, I guess. But I have never used Gemini, so I don't know that much about it, but that would be another one, probably on the same par as Kraken. Yeah, and I was going to say the same thing about Gemini. I think they're real bank oriented. They're real legacy financial oriented, right? They're like for serious like investor type people. And yeah, I believe they're banks that have like created a exchange. So they're associated pretty heavily with the legacy financial system, whether that's good or bad, right? Coinbase seems to, when Coinbase first came out, it was kind of renegade in its own way, but Coinbase has been around for a while. But Coinbase has always been crypto-centric, and I don't believe it was its own company, whereas like Kraken and Gemini were probably built on top of some banking money or, companies that were into banking. Whereas Coinbase has its own, what's the word I'm looking for? Spirit, sort of like Google does. Google back in the day, it was like sneakers and skateboards and like, lattes, free coffee and that kind of stuff. They had their own, the word is still not coming. Culture. There you go. Culture. Coinbase had its own culture. Probably has changed over the years. All right, so yeah, I was going to show you guys, I'm going to try, but Ledger Live is trying to become they're trying to expand their horizons. Now, for me, the Ledger device has always been first and foremost cryptocurrency storage. And Ledger Live was simply the software that I used to manage my wallets. Now, Ledger Live wants to be more than that, and they've added some features in the past that allows you to purchase crypto directly in Ledger Live. I generally have not been a huge fan of this because it muddies the waters and it confuses people. I get a lot of people that ask me, why don't you just buy it right in on your ledger? Because it's not really Ledger, the company that's selling me the crypto. They're partnering with third parties, and then it's sort of integrating them into their Ledger Live software. So people get confused. Is it on the exchange? Is it in my wallet? I don't know, because it's all within Ledger Live, and it gets a little cloudy. But they, have expressed, this is the direction that Ledger would like to go. They want to be your one-stop shop for crypto. They want you to be able to do everything within Ledger Live. And some people like that. I'm not that crazy about, like I said, muddying the waters between self-custody and an exchange. But they do have some exchange features built into Ledger Live now. Yeah, I remember I used Coinbase without knowing it was Coinbase when I used the Ethereum wallet way back in the day when Ethereum used what they called the Mist wallet. And they had this buy Ethereum feature built into the Mist wallet that would, like, sort of under the hood would use Coinbase to, put money into the wallet. And you didn't even need to, like, verify your identity or anything. Coinbase just sort of worked under the hood. But it's not like that anymore. Okay. So, yeah. So they have, like, for example, you can do swap. And they've had this Changely for a while. Well, actually, no. They hadn't had Changely. They had this other thing called Coinify. Oh, here it is. Coinify. That's in the buy-sell category. Not a huge fan of Coinify. I had some issues verifying my identity, just because they had kind of crappy third-party service that I was supposed to, like, take a selfie with my webcam, and it never worked right, and it kept saying move closer and move further and move closer and move further, and it's like failed in the end, and I was like, this is BS. I mean, I'd rather just, if I'm going to buy crypto, I'll just buy it on Coinbase. I don't have to go through all that heartache with, I'm already verified on Coinbase. So, but anyway, so I'm not a huge fan of Coinify. Now, this Weir might be different, right? That's their new thing. So we're going to try that. And then this swap here, this new thing, I was never a huge fan of Changely either, because I think they sort of betrayed the whole crypto thing early in the days, because they used to be able to buy crypto anonymously with Changely, or if that was them, I'm not sure. Oh, they're already hidden. But then they started requiring a login, like an email, and they had to register to buy crypto on their platform, and I kind of like wasn't that crazy. But then I think lately, is it Changely or is it something else? I don't know what it is. Anyway, then they came back and said, oh, now you don't have to create an account anymore. Now we'll let you trade. And I was kind of like, it's a little late for that now. You've already soured everyone's. But anyway, this Paraswap. This is a new feature that they've added, and I'm assuming that it's like an Ethereum-based DEX that you can connect to your ledger. Now, this is nothing really new. This kind of stuff was going on in 2017. There were a lot of exchanges that were allowing you to use your ledger, and you could go on there and swap. Now, they had really they didn't have much liquidity, so they didn't work that great, but they worked, right? I knew a lot of people back in 2017 that were using decentralized DEXs with their ledger device to trade coins, right? So this whole thing about connecting your ledger to a third-party exchange to swap Ethereum-based tokens is nothing new. But now it's been integrated into Ledger Live so that you can do it. But please remember, this is a different company. This is not Ledger. They're partnering with third parties. So basically you're using another party. You're not buying and selling within your ledger, right? You're using a third-party service sort of under the hood, but it is integrated into Ledger Live. But like I said, it's sort of muddies the waters for people that are just getting started. So I want to check out this weir and see what happens when we click on it. Right? Let's hit continue. Let's see what happens here. Okay, what do I want to do here? Can I use okay? I can use Bitcoin or Ethereum. I guess it's gonna let me buy. Okay, and I want to buy into Bitcoin main. Right? I've got several other Bitcoin accounts. Right? I could use if I wanted to. But let's say we want to add Bitcoin to Bitcoin main. Let's see what happens here. All right, the device is connected. Okay. Oh, I'm in the Ethereum app on the device right now. So first glitch, boom, we just hit our first glitch. It's it like glitched out because I was in the wrong app already, or was I? Oh, didn't I just choose Bitcoin? Why is it like telling me I need the Ethereum app? Wait, let's do that. I think I was using it before. Let's retry and see what happens. Doggone that glare. Okay. Okay, there it says open Bitcoin app. Okay, fair enough. All right. All right, there's my address. Okay. I'm okay with that. It has just generated a Bitcoin receiving address, and it is verifying it on my device. It's kind of forcing me to do that. I'll hit OK, approve. Okay, now, all right, now it's directing me to create the account, right? All right, so okay, and so basically, I'm signing up for an exchange. Right? I'm going to give them my name, my email address, my phone number, my social security number, my date of birth. And then it's going to ask me for my bank information. It'll only allow me to use a bank account, right? It said at the beginning, it said bank accounts only, right? Which is fine with me. You know, if I'm going to buy crypto, I would prefer to just buy it straight out of my bank account than using a debit or a credit card. I would never use a credit card, right? I would only use money that I have on hand in my bank, right? After my bills are all paid, right? But so, and it looks like once I get all this done and I give them my bank account information, they're going to say, okay, well, how much Bitcoin do you want? And I'll be able to buy Bitcoin directly into my wallet, right? And I could have done this. I'll do a full standalone video on this at some point, right? And then once the account's set up, I could just hit select account. Maybe I could maintain several different bank accounts in here. Like if I have more than one bank account. And I could have them, I could say, oh, okay, which bank account do I want to buy the Bitcoin out of? You know, Chase. And I'll click Chase. And then I'll buy $100 worth of Bitcoin. And it goes right into my wallet. Which that's kind of cool, right? Because the custody, you're always going to be maintaining your own self-custody of these. Like when you buy them, right? So it's kind of cool. I'll do a full video on that. And then also, if we wanted to swap, we could do this Paraswap. And of course, is going to be Ethereum. Notice here, this is Ethereum and ERC20 tokens, right? You can't, as far as I know, there's no way to really, there are no decentralized DEXs for Bitcoin. Seems kind of odd. I guess because Bitcoin doesn't have smart contracts or whatever. Another reason why Ethereum is very different from Bitcoin. It's like a computer program, right? So we can hit continue here, and then, oh, this is kind of cool. It looks like it's connected to my wallet right away. Just based on the account. It didn't ask me to do anything on my device. It didn't ask me to open the Ethereum app or anything. I would assume when I want the swap to go through, it would. Right? So, okay, I don't have that much ETH in there. How much do I have in there? Okay, I got like 0.16. Right, let's try point, boy. Let's do 0.05. How much is that? Okay, that's kind of cool, right? It's about $109 worth of Ethereum. And, well, what would I like to buy, right? Do I want to buy some Tether? Or do I want to buy some, what they got? All right, so I might want to search let's just scroll. There's a lot of stuff in here that I've never heard of. Okay. What was that one that's really hot right now? Let's go over here. Oops. What was it? It's not Solana. Chainlink. Polygon. All right. So can we get Polygon, I wonder? Poly want a cracker? Oh, Poly. Why can't I buy Polygon? That's weird. All right. So what else can we buy? Let's see. They said, what did they say? Over 30 different currencies? How about BAT? Can I buy BAT? Can I buy? Okay, I can buy BAT. Now, notice there that it sees that I already have some BAT. That's kind of cool. That's all right. It's fun. But I would rather buy a crypto that I want, right? Instead of just like choosing one that I don't want. Uniswap, will it let me buy that? Chainlink. All right, let's see if it has Chainlink. Let's see if that's Chainlink. Okay, I can get Link here. All right, so let's say I want to buy $100 worth of Link, right? And then basically I'm swapping, right? I'm not really buying, right? I'm using my Ethereum to swap for Link. So let's see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and turn this camera on so that we can see what happens when I do this. It should tell me to open my Ethereum app, I would assume. Okay, confirm the order, slippage. Okay, can I adjust all this stuff? Kind of like Uniswap, right? Let's hit confirm order. It should say open your Ethereum app, you dum-dum. Okay, whoa. Okay, $3.67. I would go medium on this, right? I would rather spend a little on fees and to make it go through than to like take my chances with a slower. Right now, is it going to tell me to open the Ethereum app? Oh, okay. I guess I should have had it open. There was probably some instructions in there. The password app is required to complete this transaction? Go to the manager and install it on your device? Paraswap app. Interesting. Paraswap. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what that is. Apparently I wasn't reading the instructions, was I? Okay. All right. That's fine. All right. Paraswap. Okay. I guess I don't have that one yet. So let's install it on our device. So this app, Paraswap, is installed now. Let's find it. Is that it? No, it's Polkadot. Ah, there it is. Okay. So apparently that's the secret sauce that makes this thing work, right? And now we're all the way back. How can we back into where we were? Or can we? Probably not. All right. Let's go into Paraswap. Can we go back to where we were? Apparently not. Okay. All right. Where were we? Swap. Right. Back into Paraswap. All right. Now let's get in the app. Oh, it bumped me out because I was in Manager. Okay, we're back here. Okay, this is where we want to be. Let's hit swap. Let's hit confirm again. And what's going to happen? All right, let's go medium. Let's spend $6 on $100. And what's going to happen? Anything? Oh, okay, there it is. Review contract call. All right, so let's go over here. Paraswap swap. Send 0.05 ETH, remember. We're going to receive link. That's pretty cool. There's our fees. Let's hit accept and send. And it's looking good. Let's see what happens. So it's sort of like using Uniswap with your ledger attached to your MetaMask account. Very similar. Okay, transaction sent. Click here to see operation. Okay, transaction submitted. One pending transaction. Transaction confirmed. View details. View transaction in Explorer. Okay. Okay. All right. They're up there dealing with the dog. Let's just go to accounts and see what happened. Let's go to Ethereum main and let's see what we did, if anything. All right, there. It looks like we sent Ethereum out. Okay. Did we get Ethereum? Yeah. Okay, we got that in today. So there's the $108 worth of link, right? So we were able to perform the swap in the interface built into Ledger Live, the Paraswap, or Paraswap app allowed us to do that. That's pretty cool. Oh my God, I forgot. There's spammers here going crazy. Just double check to see if anybody's in there. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you guys watch me do stuff in the live stream. Sometimes I get stuck. Sometimes I fail spectacularly. Sometimes I figure it out as I go along. Juan, thank you for coming. Have a good night. Please, if you're using Windows 7, upgrade your computer. Microsoft discontinued support for Windows 7. If you have more than $500 worth of crypto, then you should, I don't know, I hate to be like this. I hate to be that guy. Like, I used to do computer consulting, right? And I would go over to people's houses and work on their computers and stuff. And I always hated to be the guy that would say, you know what, you need a new computer. And they'd be like, oh yeah, I knew you were going to say that. How much, I bet you know where I can buy one. You know, and that's like, come on. Just, please don't use Windows 7. Please. Figure out a way, right? I know if you're running Windows 7, you're probably on a machine that doesn't work with Windows 10, so you probably just need a new machine. I would say, you can go to Best Buy and look for an open box desktop that would probably be already pre-installed with Windows 10. You just like unhook your old box, use your old keyboard, mouse, and monitor. Just like join the rest of us that are here using Windows 10. Windows 10 has been out for like 6 years now, I think. Well, Ledger Live does not work with Windows 7. Apparently, I mean, you might be limping along with it, but it doesn't really support Windows 7. Like I said, I hate to be that guy. And then the thing is, it's hard as I'm using software not supported on 8, etc. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people that are using software like CAD software that would cost them thousands of dollars to upgrade. So I get it. I do. But buy a little cheap $300 laptop, right, for crypto. Oh, it's working for you. It's working for you. Okay. I'm going to stop talking about it. Okay, help! I went to sign into my Ledger Live and the password did not go through. I did not change my password. Are your cap locks on? Check that. Okay, Ledger Live, you can the password to Ledger Live is not important. God, I'm sorry. The password to Ledger Live is not important. Just uninstall Ledger Live and reinstall it. It'll ask you to create a new password. Not a huge deal. You won't erase your crypto. Your crypto is on your device. Help. Okay, I have used Gemini since 2017. They're easy to get money in and out. Good. Okay, I should probably open a Gemini account just, to try it out. I mean, it's been around forever. When I downloaded the Cardano app Daedalus, it couldn't sync with my computer clock, so I couldn't use it. I may need a higher quality laptop to use Daedalus, possibly. Unfortunately, because this crypto is all new stuff, some of the older computers, like downloading the entire Cardano blockchain to an older computer with a smaller hard drive might be an issue. The Cardano blockchain is not that big. Like you can go into your... I don't know what the heck's going on with my throat tonight. You can go into your C drive and go check user folder, and then there should be an account name there that's like close to your name. And then inside your app data folder, in the roaming folder, is where all of the data for Daedalus is stored. You can see Daedalus mainnet here. That's all the Daedalus blockchain information. And if we look at properties here, it's about 10 or 11 gigabytes worth of data. So if you're running an older computer that doesn't have that much free space, then Daedalus won't sync, right? Or I don't know what's wrong with your clock. You might think about taking that laptop in and asking them if they can replace the lithium battery in there. Every computer has like a charger, like laptops have chargers and desktops have like plugs to plug into the wall, but they all have what's called like the internal battery that keeps the clock running when the computer is powered down. And it's just like a little watch battery. You might just need to change that. It costs like $10, $15. Now they might charge you for a laptop. You might be able to figure out how to do it yourself, but most likely, you could take it in to a Best Buy and tell them that your clock is like not running right and you think your battery might need to be changed, and they could help you. They might say, oh, these things are like, you can't crack them open or whatever. Or they'll say, oh yeah, we can do that. It'll, take us, half an hour. Or they might ask you to come back tomorrow, it just depends. Right. Yeah, it might be your battery in your laptop. You might not even need a new laptop. As long as it can run Windows 10 and you've got like at least 2 or 4 gigs of RAM in there, you should be okay. Be careful about buying too cheap a computer. I've done that. It was too slow to do crypto transfers to and from Ledger. That's an issue. Yeah, it can be an issue. I remember I think I bought a laptop for my dad or somebody once, and it was so horrifyingly slow. The thing about like these big box stores or even on Amazon, like you'll see a computer and it'll say, woo, $300, and it has all the bells and whistles. But if you read the specs, it's running like an old Pentium processor or, like the lowest end processor. They always like slap the lowest end processors in these machines that have decent screens and great speakers and all this stuff, and then they really skimp on the processor. So when you're buying a laptop, try to find like, a decent chip first off, like an Intel i3 or i5 at the, the very least. And then from there, try to find a good deal, right? You can find like an i5 usually for around $400 or $500. If you're, and like you go to Best Buy and look in their open box section, a lot of times there's pretty good deals there. Somebody took it home and decided they didn't want it, or they used it for whatever, one little thing, and then they returned it. So it's on the open box shelf, right? Sometimes you have to be careful because sometimes the open boxes are like they're lemons, and that's why they got returned. But most of the time they're just, and they do give you warranty. So just go home and make sure it works, and then if it doesn't, take it back right away. Don't wait, 3 months before you crack it open, and then it's too late. Yeah. So yeah, check it. Just try to run. If you can't run the latest software, on your computer, then probably time to get a new computer. But that clock issue might just be your battery. All right, so we tested out Ledger Live, the new features in Ledger Live for buying with Weir, which looks pretty decent. And then we checked out that Paraswap, which looks okay too. That worked fine. I didn't have to provide any ID or anything like that. I just used my ledger and swapped I maintained custody, right? There was a smart contract that did the swap for me, and it maintained custody in my wallet. Now, but that's the same thing as MetaMask, right? If I connect MetaMask and I go onto Uniswap and I've like attached my hardware in MetaMask, which you can do. Let's go over here. Probably don't even have this one open yet either. Yeah, doesn't matter. Right, so we've all been using, most of us, if you've used Uniswap, you've probably used a MetaMask wallet, and then you've attached you created a new account where you connected a hardware wallet, right? And if you had a ledger connected and you were trading or swapping, that's what we were just doing, right? So there's nothing new in that. What's new is that it's now integrated right into Ledger Live. So if you don't know anything about crypto and you go out and you buy a ledger, you've got like this one-stop shop to like do everything, right? And I like the Paraswap because it is maintaining self-custody. Now this thing too, this Weir, it's using your bank account and you're buying crypto and just putting it right into your wallet, which is kind of cool, right? Because normally what we do is we go out onto Coinbase, we buy it, and then we have to transfer it in from Coinbase to our wallet. So next week I'll probably have that video done on using Weir, and I'll have it all set up so that I can demo that for you guys on the live stream. Makes it really easy to just buy crypto and put it right into your wallet and let it stay there. Y'all should buy chills. Actually, I do have some chills. Can you show me how to transfer from Binance to Coinbase? Well, it's not that difficult to transfer from one exchange to another. I can use Binance US as an example. So if we're, let's do Coinbase here real quick. And then I'll finish up tonight. All right, Coinbase. So if you have some, say, what do we got over here? All right, so actually I think 10 is enough. I don't have any Bitcoin in here. But let's just say, okay, for whatever reason, I want to move some Ethereum. If I can find it here. I guess they're alphabetized. Into my Coinbase account. If I want to deposit some, then I need to go over to the... First I went to Portfolio, and then I went to Ethereum. Right? And then I hit... You can also do it over here. Send, receive. And then say, I want to receive what? I don't know. Skip for now. What is this? Oh, okay. I want to receive Ethereum. Okay. Yeah. I understand. Okay. So I want to receive Ethereum. There's the QR code. There's the address right there. There's the Ethereum address. Now we'll go over to Binance US. I can't use Binance, but it's just pretty much the same. Right, we go to the coin that we want to move, right? You asked me, how do I move something from, okay, so we withdraw from Binance to the receiving address of our Coinbase account. Pretty straightforward, right? And then you submit, and you're off to the races. I generally don't like to do exchange to exchange transfers. I like to move directly into my own wallet, and then if I want to move something somewhere else, I move it from my wallet out. I kind of try to stay wallet centric. Last week or 2 weeks ago, we moved some Bitcoin from Coinbase Pro into my Binance US account, it took like 48 hours. It took a long time, like 2 days before I got an alert from Binance. Your deposit is, I'm like, dude, seriously, 48 hours? I had no idea why, right? But who am I going to call? I'm going to call Coinbase and they'll say call Binance. I'm going to call Binance, they'll say call Coinbase. And that's why I don't like exchange to exchange transfers. Okay, I need advice. I need the Ledger X if I'm using MetaMask to store and use DeFi, Pancake, AutoSharp. Can I use the S on the other chains like BSC because MetaMask and other programs are the middleman? I would not recommend using MetaMask with the Ledger on the Binance Smart Chain. And the reason is because if I'm using MetaMask on Uniswap, right, and I've got a MetaMask where seriously, have I done this again? Ugh. Okay, doesn't matter. Let's just log in. Okay, whatever. All right, so, and I connect my hardware so that, yeah, it's nice and safe and sound and everything and blah, 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 blah. I've got my Ledger attached and I'm making safe trades and whatever. Now you got to use Ledger Live anyway, so it's still different. But if you're trying to do this with the Binance Smart Chain, it doesn't work right because when you're using Uniswap, you're in the Ethereum app on your Ledger device. So when you make a trade, you need to sign it with your device. But when you're using Binance Smart Chain and you go to do a transaction, your Ledger isn't going to know what the heck's going on because it's open. You've got the Ethereum app open and you're using Binance BNB, Binance Smart Chain. There's no BNB app. There is a BNB app for the Ledger, but it's the old Binance chain. It's BNB chain. As far as I know, it doesn't support Binance Smart Chain operations yet. So I get a lot of people that somehow manage to get it done, I guess, but I don't. I use standalone MetaMask wallet when I'm doing Binance Smart Chain stuff. And yeah, it's a little less secure than using my Ledger device. The private key for the MetaMask wallet is stored on your computer, somewhere down in here. Right? I can't remember exactly where it was for sure. I think it's local MetaMask or it's in the browser. What are we doing here? Chrome. So it might be in Google, in Chrome, and then down here somewhere, there's a private key stored on my computer. It's encrypted, right? So I want to keep my computer safe and secure. Malware, virusware, firewall protected, all that good stuff. You want to keep the nosy hackers out of your computer when you're using MetaMask standalone, right? Because the private key is stored on your computer. It's not stored here, but here, right? But I've never been able to make this thing work with PancakeSwap, right? So that would be my advice. Just use the standalone version of MetaMask. A little less secure, but it works. Right? Are you staking your crypto stays on escrow to set your proof of stake? Every staking scheme is different. You can stake on exchanges like crypto.com or Kraken or BlockFi. Those are, custody solutions where you give them your crypto and for, they pay you for the privilege, right? Now, you can also do staking in like PancakeSwap or Uniswap, liquidity pools, staking pools, that kind of stuff. Those are smart contract types of situations, but you're still sort of giving up your crypto in a way. You're putting it in a smart contract, and it's gone from your wallet. It doesn't show up in your wallet anymore because it's being staked. So you're trusting it to something, be it a smart contract, protocol, or whatever. I like Daedalus Wallet for Cardano because you can kind of stake in Cardano directly within the wallet and earn rewards. It's pretty easy. Some of them, like Polkadot, are a little more complicated. Tezos. There are a lot of ways to stake crypto, and the word stake has kind of nebulous, right? Because when you stake it in Kraken, it's more like you're lending it to them. It's like you're depositing it in their bank and they're paying you interest on it. But better that than a savings account with US dollars. You know, some of those are negative over in Europe, right? So crypto's the way to go. But you have to decide what works best for you. It's very easy to deposit crypto on Kraken or crypto.com to earn interest. But you're sort of giving them custody of your crypto. A little more complicated to do the coin staking schemes, right, that are built into the coins like Cardano and Polkadot and Kusama and all the others like that, right? But the rewards can be good, right? You can get a good return on your investment. And Crypto Lark says this: if you're holding crypto that you could be staking, you should be staking it, right? First of all, look at your holdings. If you can stake any of your holdings, then do it, right? And I don't follow that rule 100%, but I do try to look for those types of opportunities, right? I'm like, okay, I've got this crypto sitting here doing nothing. Can I stake it? Okay. Like Elrond. I'm not planning on selling my Elrond anytime soon, and I figured out a way to stake it. I don't think I'm earning that much, but why not? It's just sitting there, right? Pancake Swap, I'm just a little more proactive, right? It's like earning pretty good interest, although not anymore because the price has plummeted, right? So all that passive income I was earning is now, pretty much worthless. Okay, so a lot of people jumped in towards the end. I'm going to jump out because I've been on this 2 hours. Really appreciate everybody stopping by. Yes, you can stake your ADA using your Ledger device with ADA Lite as well. And it's pretty decent, pretty easy to do in ADA Lite and a little less complicated than Daedalus. Yes, that's a good point. But I am going to sign off, guys. I had a great night, as usual. Maybe didn't move as much crypto around as I thought I was going to, but we moved a little. Did you see the BTC conference in Miami? What do you think? Yeah, I don't really have time to go through all that, but the Bitcoin conference is always a plus for Bitcoin, usually, although it sort of came at a bad time with the market pullback. But Bitcoin is Bitcoin. All right, don't forget, I do this every Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me again for the live stream from Michigan. Where's Kitty? Where's that kitty? I can hear the little bell. Marco. Where you can throw out questions, and I'll do my best to get them answered. Hope to see you there. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you again soon.